1 Minute with Mitch.
Hi everybody, and welcome again to A Minute with Mitch. It might be a little longer today. I'm going to do a little review of April. As many of you noticed, we had a very good first quarter, January, February, March. And then April was one of the few months that have been down over the last year, actually. But so far, we're almost at the end of May, and the market has really come back strong and is looking good. But I just wanted to do a little recap of the month of April. What were some of the highlights? What was down? What areas were not really great? So let's talk about some regional performance around the world. Right now, the only one that had a good month actually was the UK. The United Kingdom was up just a little over 1.5%. And then the Pacific ex-Japan was down. Europe ex the UK was down as well. Latin America was down. The US was down about 4% overall. And Japan had the worst time of all. But as I said, if you look at the month of May, we have really done extremely well. This week, the S&P 500 has done well, and if you remember, the Dow has actually touched and gone over 40,000 for the first time ever. Again, we do see ups and downs. The market this week, probably waiting for NVIDIA results, has been fairly flat. We haven't seen big swings, we haven't seen big ups, we haven't seen very many downs, and everything has been very minor. We're waiting to see NVIDIA. They haven't released the results as of today, May 22nd. They will do it after the bell, so we'll see what happens. But I think that's what most people are waiting on. AI, as you heard, has become the talk of the town. Everybody's getting into artificial intelligence. We'll see where that brings us. In addition to that, the global sectors, I wanted to just touch on what has done well, what hasn't done well, where are the losers, the big losers for the month of April. Actually, utilities was up, that had a good month. Energy also had a good month of April. However, oil has been on a slide over the last few weeks, and it's dropped about $5 a barrel, according to Bloomberg.com as of May 22nd. We go from there. Consumer staples was down slightly, but the two biggest losers for April were percentage-wise were information technology, IT, and real estate. They were down close to 7%, according to Bloomberg.com as well. In addition to that, fixed income is still on the downside. U.S. bonds were down, high-yield bonds were down in the U.S., and mortgage-backed securities. However, that is not a big concern right now, because if you do buy individual bonds, we're buying them while they're down. Eventually, when the Fed starts cutting interest rates, the bond prices should go up. And I say should. What happens when interest rates come down, bond prices go up. But remember, nothing is guaranteed, but that is the way that bonds work. So rates should start to come down and bond prices should get up. So once again, this is a good time to get into bonds before the Fed starts lowering rates. Rates come back down. We can still buy these bonds at a discount, and if we do our individual bond purchases, we can lock in some very good prices right now on the yield side. So that is what's happening in the bond market. And our major indexes that went down, again, of course, fixed income, and then developed international income went down the largest. So there's a lot happening. On one stronger note, or important note, the US dollar has gotten attractive versus the euro, and the US dollar is really appreciating and doing well. So the dollar's getting stronger worldwide, which is another important factor. Anyway, those are some of the highlights where April was, because a lot of you have seen your statements and might be a little concerned. It's 1 month versus many good months, and we've always said markets move up and down. Make sure you have the right allocation. May so far has been a very, very good month for us, and it's been a good year so far. So with that, I'm going to wrap up and enjoy your Minute with Mitch. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks.
1 minute with Mitch.